here's a new one that you might not have thought you would ever hear. There's a medical test, a very common medical test, in fact, given to millions of people each year, that could end up leading to cancer. I mean, this is absolutely insane, so let's take a look. A medical test used to detect cancer may actually be contributing to the disease. California researchers estimate that more than 100,000 new cancers will have been caused by computerized tomography, CT scans. What? Okay. From exams done in 2023 alone. They warn the scans, which use X-rays to create detailed images of the body, emit unsafe levels of radiation, which fuels the formation of tumors. It's not a tumor. It's just what we picked up on the scan that may have given you the tumor. In 2009, researchers estimate high doses of radiation from CT scans were responsible for 2% of all cancers, 30,000 per year. However, new research published this week estimates CT-associated cancer could eventually account for 5% of all new cancer diagnoses annually. There are about 93 million CT scans performed annually, a number that is on the rise, but there is very little to no regulation of these scanners, and radiation levels, admitted, can vary wildly, machine to machine. The study estimated that over the lifetime of those millions and millions of people, about 103,000 radiation-induced cancers are projected to result from CT exams done in 2023. CT scans can be life-saving tests, catching diseases or bleeding early enough to be treated. But they also are used to diagnose and monitor diseases like cancer and bone injuries, as well as assist in surgeries, and evaluate the efficacy of certain treatments. So yeah, and CTs, like, did they have like the background on those? Like, they've been around for a very long time, and yeah, they've been incredibly helpful. It's just, yeah, you've kind of understood the risk, because there's a reason, for the people that administer the, just even for a simple x-ray, like, I remember going to the dentist, right? Like, they would go ahead and they'd want to take a picture of your mouth, and they'd hit you on both sides. They'd give you the old lead bib, but the person administering, the nurse administering the x-ray, they'd go hide behind the wall because they don't want to get hit with that shit, okay? Like, they got their life to look forward to, but hey, you just go ahead and, sit underneath that bib and everything will be totally fine. So you always knew that there was something funky. And what was it about? Oh my God, like right back when the x-ray technology was brand new, okay? That it used to be integral to sizing shoes. Okay, it used to be in every department store where you could go in and you could get your foot x-rayed, and that ended up leading to cancer. So yeah, of course, if you've got something that's emitting such high doses of radiation, what do you think was going to happen? However, experts say that sometimes overprescribed and performed unnecessarily, potentially because of the money-making opportunities for hospitals, as the tests are very expensive. Or if you're in Canada, you needed a CT scan, you can go ahead and start booking right now, and you might be able to get one by 2027. I wish I was joking. The highest number of projected cancer cases in adults were linked to CT scans of the abdomen and pelvis, followed closely by chest scans. Across all patients, most frequently associated cancers were lung, colon, leukemia, and bladder cancers. Among female patients specifically, breast cancer emerged as the second most common type. Wow, okay. Dr. Rebecca Smith Bindman, professor at the University of California, San Francisco Medical School, is one of the authors of the new research. She previously told NBC, "It's unfathomable. We keep doing more and more CTs, and the doses keep going up." Dr. Smith Bindman also said between two machines, one could be exposing patients to 10 to 15 times higher radiation doses than the other. There's a very large variation, and the doses vary by an order of magnitude, tenfold, not 10% different from patients seen from the same clinical problem. Radiation exposure is measured in millisieverts, MSVs, which measure the amount of radiation absorbed by the body. People are exposed to small amounts of radiation every day from their background environment or through things like flying. Really? Oh, I didn't actually know that. Round-trip flight between New York and Tokyo exposes a person to 0.19 MSVs, and X-ray to the stomach emits 0.6. Oh, that's interesting. And then tenfold of that you end up getting from a CT scan. No wonder, cases are just popping up. In Dr. Smith Binman's new research, the team found the three most common cancers observed in exposed patients were lung cancer, 22,400 cases, colon cancer, 8,700 cases, and leukemia, 79 900 cases. Estimated radiation-induced cancer risks were higher in children, despite adults receiving more CTs. Well, yeah. That is wild, man. And it's, once again, it's that double-edged sword, man, because okay, cool. You end up getting a CT, or I'm sorry, you end up getting cancer induced by excessive CT scans. Great. The treatment theoretically creating a problem in and of itself. Okay. And then how do you end up treating said cancer? Yes, with chemotherapy, which is essentially something else that could end up causing a bunch of other side effects in an attempt to treat another disease. It's such a devious cycle, and the moment that we can find out more and get smarter technology, the better the world will be. But hey, no, it's not going to solve that stuff. Making healthcare a human right, because the moment that this stuff becomes wildly accessible is the moment that this type of quality control and research stops dead in its tracks, because by curtailing these devices, you end up impinging on human rights. But that's another topic for another time. So with all that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.